in general, we were more solid defensively. Felt like we had some mistakes in the first half, a few breakdowns where we lost track of Kennard, and if you give Morris anything, that he's going to be hard to guard. You make a mistake and he makes you pay for it. So, and obviously thought Reggie Jackson early and Bledsoe had a good game. So they were doing some really good things offensively, and I thought our guys did a better job really the whole second half of locking in. And we had a couple small stretches where we turned the ball over and they made us pay for it. But other than that, I thought, with a few exceptions, we were pretty consistent defensively. And when we do that, we're able to get out and get some shots on the other end.
Given how offensively talented this team is, just the ability to pour it on in stretches, you guys, is it hard to kind of get that message to sink home sometimes of like maintaining defensive consistency?
The times, the correlation between us playing defense and going on runs offensively is, it's not 1-to-1, but it's pretty close. So, I think our understanding that when we do get stops, that we can take advantage of them on the other end, should be an incentive. But to your point, that's something I think we've talked about and we've seen progress with, where we don't let up with our concentration and our execution, because that's when our offense actually hurts our defense, as opposed to the other way around, where our defense is helping our offense.
Where has this team made its most strides defensively?
I think the biggest thing at the beginning of the year and up until recently is in transition. We just weren't. It was a lot of things. We weren't urgent enough at the outset. We were running back to men. When you need to run back to protect the paint. No one really has a man in transition. I thought we were. Mentally we weren't going from offense to defense. We were kind of lingering on the offensive end, thinking about whatever didn't happen or should have happened, and didn't have our focus there. So that would be the primary thing, where guys are just locked in from the beginning of the possession. So, other than that, I think just the general focus. I think it is important to us. It's not like we're a bad defensive team, but we look like a bad defensive team when we don't get back, because that's something that, particularly if our bigs are trailing the play and we don't have that rim protection, people are attacking the rim. So we really have to make an effort to, get them to quit on those initial thrusts and then get people in half court and try to lock in and guard. And by the way, they're a very good defensive team. And without obviously two, not counting Kawhi, obviously, who's elite. With PG and Batum both, the way that they guard is, I think they're one of the best defensive teams that we've seen. We were fortunate. We shot it pretty well tonight and, did some good things, but you can see why, that their defense is rated as high as it is. They really get after it.
How have you seen Donovan's change of pace develop over kind of the course of his career, and especially recently, to get him kind of the looks that he got tonight?
Yeah, I think, the decision, early in the possession of whether or not to explode and try to attack the rim, even from the backcourt, which sometimes is there where you can just get by people with speed, to recognizing when that's not there and being patient as he crosses the midcourt line. And then you have another opportunity, to do that, whether it's rejecting in pick and roll or turning the corner. So those two situations, at the beginning of a possession, and then obviously I think, we've talked about his reads in pick and roll, where I thought he did an excellent job tonight of, mixing up the off the dribble three when the bigs were able to really get a hit and that was open, and then also attacking the rim, and finishing or finding people. So I thought he played a really balanced game offensively tonight.